Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Cool Stuff with Kyle. So today I'm revisiting my glow cabinet. I've had this featured in some other videos before. It's mostly got uranium glass in it. So there's some depression glass, there's some elegant glass, there's early American pattern glass, but it's mostly it's uranium. It's all mostly uranium, but there's also some glass that has things like cadmium in it or other things that makes it glow. So some of those things that aren't uranium, they don't glow well in my cabinet because of the kinds of lights that I have. So I got some new lights that I'm installing in the cabinet here, and we're going to see how this improves the cabinet overall, and we'll take a look at some of the items that I have in here. So inside the glow cabinet here, you can see where I used to have some LED strip lights running all along here, all up the top, over that way. They were all running through the whole cabinet, and they broke after a while. They were pretty good, but they just didn't last. The lights started going out, and then eventually the whole things went out. So I got some new lights not too long ago, and so these are a 2-foot LED UV bar light. So 2 feet long. There's a cable that a power cable that runs into the end of this right up here, and then on the other end of it there's a power cable coming down here. It goes down to the next section and plugs into the next light. Goes over to the end, plugs into the next light. So there are 4 of them all together, and the whole 4-pack on Amazon was only like $28. So really a good deal. These things are bright. I'm going to show you what they look like here in a minute. But also I got another set of new lights because these ones are really good at making this uranium glass glow really nicely, but it doesn't work well with things like this. I believe this has some cadmium in it. It's really cool. It looks neat when glowing. This is commonly referred to as Uperlite because it's a rock that's been polished, but these rocks are found naturally up in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, and so Uperlite because people in the Upper Peninsula call themselves Upers, or other people call them Upers sometimes. And this is sodalite, but sodalite or Uperlite, it glows well under the new lights that I have. It doesn't glow so well under these lights, but the new ones we're gonna check out how that goes. And then this also here, this is cadmium glass, and this gives a nice little kind of an orange sort of glow. So we'll check that out here after I get my new lights installed. And these are my new lights I got. So these are also 2 feet, but you can see they look a lot different than these bar lights that I have up here that they just have LEDs, little LEDs down in a strip going down that you can see in the middle there. But these ones, these are a different style. They do have some little LED lights inside there, but they're inside these blocks. These seem to give off a different wavelength. They definitely make these other things in my cabinet glow better because I plugged them in and tested them. I just haven't installed them in the cabinet yet. But these were advertised as 2-foot black lights for black light parties or fluorescent posters or whatever. But I found these on Amazon for about, I think it was $23 for a set of 2. And that's got a little bit of the specs of it there, and it's got some kind of weird brand name on it. I mean, they got all kinds of brand names they sell these things under, but I guess that's the one that I ended up purchasing. But we're going to install these. They do come with this bracket. There's one for each end, and you put this little screw thing through the bracket to hold it on. There's a hole in the end there to attach that, and it comes with this pack of screws and wall anchors. So those yellow wall anchors, and then there's some screws in there as well. So it comes with everything I should need to install it in the cabinet here. I'm going to install them up on the top level, and I'm going to put all the stuff that needs that kind of light on the top level. Okay guys, so I've got my brackets installed up here on both sides. My light bar, it can be turned to different directions, which is pretty cool. I've got the cord running up through a hole in the corner of the cabinet up here, and the one for the other light is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that one back in. There we go, that's plugged in. So I'm going to turn on that one. Okay, that also turns on the rest of them because, like I showed you, they're all interconnected. And then the new one, let's turn it on. Oh, sorry, I gotta plug that in first. Just a second. Okay, so I've placed a few items here that should be good for this type of light. You can see the soda light is glowing orange a little bit under that light, but not a lot, and nothing else is really showing much glow. So let's turn on the new light here. There we go. See what we get. So we're getting a little bit of glow from that, but it does look like it kind of needs to be closer to it to glow very much. Let's see. Let's try this one. It glows when it's right near it, but yeah, that's not ideal. This one though, the soda light, that's glowing pretty nicely. Let me go ahead and turn this light back off so we can see the difference. Oh yeah, definitely a difference in the brightness of the glow there. That one, yeah, it glows a little, but again, it's not really glowing a lot. Maybe this just isn't quite the right type of light for it still. And then this one, it doesn't glow really at all without the light up there. And then, yeah, we're not getting much off of that, unfortunately. But still, these lights are going to help to enhance my cabinet a little bit. Let's see if we can adjust things a little. Turn the angle here of the light above. That's, I guess, about as good as I'm going to get right there. So I'm going to rearrange some things in the cabinet, and then we'll take a look at everything. All right, so we can see with my new light up here, we've got this is a jadeite vase here. So it didn't glow really too well under the regular UV, but it glows pretty brightly under this. We've got this slag glass rock here. It's got some uranium streaks and stuff in it, and whatever other kinds of glowy elements might be in there. But it kind of glows a little bit under this this new light. We got this novelty souvenir glass that was from St. Martin, West Indies. It's got some cool glowing that it does. This one here, this is a uranium glazed piece, real fancy vase, and it doesn't really glow too well under the regular UV lights, but it does seem to glow pretty brightly under this light, which is nice. The soda light, you know, it's not bad if you hit it with the light pretty directly. It's pretty cool. And then this one, I'm really happy with this one. This is my 1939 World's Fair. It was a vinegar bottle, and this glows real nice. It's a uranium glaze, or a uranium glass milk glass. So it's kind of just like a white color normally, but under the UV lights here, you get that nice greenish, yellowish glow going on. And it works much better under this new light that I have than it did under my old lights, so I'm pretty happy with that. Looks pretty cool. Now, going through the rest of the cabinet here, I've got various uranium glass pieces. We got these refrigerator dishes here. Those glow really well. This is not uranium glass. This is like a plastic that's like a glow in the dark. It's a rosary. Just found that at a sale somewhere and thought that was a cool thing to put in the glow cabinet. This Buddha here, it's glass, but it doesn't seem to be uranium glass. It's actually coated in some kind of a glow in the dark thing. So if you turn the light off, you will get, I'll have to turn both of the lights off now that I got the two. You'll get a little bit of glow from him, and then it will go away because he's just glow in the dark, and the lights charge it up, and then it kind of stops glowing, or the glow fades away. So that one's not uranium glass, because you can see uranium glass doesn't do that. It only glows with the UV on it. It's not got it glow in the dark elements like this does. We've got a nice little glass here. This one's fancier because this is not molded. Like depression glass is molded, and you can feel everything sticking out of it. This one I can feel is just etched. This is an etched pattern into this glass. So this might be what you would call elegant glass. It was sometimes made in the Depression era, or maybe outside of the Depression era. It was made during that time though, and it was fancier. An etching process was more expensive to do, so these would be more expensive items that would be used as maybe wedding gifts or things like that, whereas the Depression glass was done more inexpensively. And this piece, this is molded, but this would be earlier than Depression glass. This is actually because this is what you would call Vaseline glass. Vaseline glass, I've said this in some of my videos before if you've seen them, but Vaseline glass is only called Vaseline glass because it has this naturally yellowish color. So I don't know if you can see that in the video, but there's a yellowish tinge to this, and that's the color that Vaseline used to be. A long time ago, Vaseline was a yellowish color, and that's where we get that term Vaseline glass. So it's only referred to as Vaseline glass if it is that yellowish Vaseline color. Let me turn on some regular light and you can maybe see that yellow color a little bit better. So this is Vaseline glass. This is also Vaseline glass, and this pattern, this is called Daisy and Button. That is a pattern that I like to collect, so I have a few Daisy and Button pieces, but these are not considered Depression glass because they're not made during the Depression era. These were made earlier. It's Early American Pattern Glass, EAPG. So this one here, probably from late 1800s, and similar with most of these pieces. I'm not sure about all of them. Some of them could be more modern, but still done with that Vaseline glass. This little bowl here, this little dish, that's Daisy and Button. I have a little glass over here that is Daisy and Button. I have this piece that I believe was from like 1886 or something like that. Really cool. It doesn't have the lid, but I still really like it. This doesn't go with it. So there's what that piece looks like. It's really fancy, really nice piece. That one's just in there because I didn't have a good place to put it. This one is an example of Depression glass. You can see it has a green color, not a yellow color, so therefore it is not Vaseline glass. It is uranium glass. They're all uranium glass because they have uranium oxide in the glass, which gives it that glow under UV. But this is Depression glass. I can feel that this is molded. This is not etched. So it was done through a cheap molding process during the time of the Great Depression. And this one is like a biscuit jar or a cookie jar. Doesn't have the lid, but pretty cool. I skipped over this little picture up here. That's a cool one. Again, that's got the green color, so that's probably Depression glass, but definitely uranium glass. Most of the stuff that I have in here is going to be some type of uranium glass. So we have one back here that you can see is yellow, so it's Vaseline glass. It's a really nice, it's a butter dish. Really cool. I like that piece a lot. I'm going to go ahead and turn some light back on here so we can get some glow going again. But before I do that, you can see that one there. That's a pickle jar or a pickle caster. Real fancy. This one's a reproduction, but it's really nice, and it's still done with the uranium glass like it was back in the day. And I do have one more piece down here that is Vaseline glass. This, I believe, is a Fenton. You would call this opalescent because of the white on these dots here, and it's pretty nice. It's a lampshade that I'm using. It's not on the lamp that it came with, but I'm using it on this depression glass lamp base, and this is an oil lamp. So that's an oil lamp base, and I've got on top of it, I've got this Fenton shade. And so I don't think there's anything else in here that is Vaseline glass. So I'm going to go ahead and turn those lights on. So now if we just take a look through here, we've got on this side here, these are just some broken pieces of various uranium glass and stuff. So sometimes when they break, people will put them in a little jar like this just to make a nice little glowy jar. They don't have to completely go to waste. We've got another nice little glass over here. This is another etched one, so it's a real nice etched piece. This one here, that's more like a depression glass molded piece. And then this one's actually, I think it's like a decanter, but I don't have the lid or the stopper for it. But that's an optic pattern. I think they refer to that as optic, or block optic. Pretty cool. Oh, it's okay. These things are more durable than you would think. All right. Now here we have a set of little optic glass salt and pepper shakers. Those are cool. This is a piece of jewelry, and you can see if you get it in the right light, it does have a little bit of a glow there. So these, I was told these were pieces of uranium glass, and I don't know if that's true or not, but it's pretty cool. This one's a juicer. This one back here is another block optic piece. I don't know if that's like a creamer jar or something like that. Here's another fancy piece that's etched. So not depression glass, more like elegant glass. I really like this one, even though I don't have the lid for it, but it's like a little, maybe a candy dish or something like that, 3-footed. I really like that piece. I think it's nice. I've got this Fenton bird. This is custard glass, so it's got a little bit of a rough texture to it when you feel it. And so the texture of it, and then the color, you know, it always has this kind of a, it's like a whitish color, but there's a little bit of like a yellowish or greenish tinge in there sometimes. They do make one that's called Fenton lime custard, which is naturally a green color, but the lime custard, I don't have that here to show you, but it looks actually more, you know, green like this naturally when it's not under UV light. And then also got this nice optic like pinwheel pattern plate here. It's really cool. I like that. But yeah, you got Fenton custard glass there. I have more Fenton custard glass that we will look at in a little bit here. So here, this is a sugar dish, I believe. This one I actually do have the lid for. That's a depression glass molded piece. You can feel the molded parts on there. This nice little tray here. It's pretty cool. I got a few pieces stacked in here because I'm just kind of running out of space. But this is what they call a flower frog. So you would put this in the bottom of something like this here is a dish that you might put out as a centerpiece, and then you would put the flower frog in the middle, and then you put flowers in the little holes, and it just kind of holds them to make a little display of your flowers. So it's a real heavy piece. And then this one right here, it's got all these like bubbles of glass. It's a nice piece. It's got a big crack in it, but I did repair the crack, so I don't think it'll cause any more problems. And it's got 3 feet. It's a cool little piece. And then under there we have this nice piece here. So this one, it's obviously some sort of a dish, like a serving dish looking thing. It's really fancy. The patterns, I really like it, but it is molded. It looks almost like it could be etched. It's so fancy. It's not, but it's a really cool piece. Okay. We've got my reproduction piece, this pickle caster with silver plated pieces. It's really, really cool. This one here, I think this may be jadeite. It's a little hard to tell, but kind of looks like jadeite. We got this bowl, has a neat little pattern there. Back there I've got just a couple of little depression glass saucers, some little cups like teacups, stuff like that back there. Now down here we have some more Fenton custard pieces. So this one here, this is a Fenton custard, obviously a bell, but there's no clacker in there, but there's a place where one could be tied on, so it could have one. It just it doesn't. But you can see, let's see, way up inside there, you can see it. There's a Fenton hallmark up there. So sometimes you can find those. Sometimes there were stickers, so if the sticker's gone, you don't really have the proof that it was Fenton, but sometimes it's molded in like that too. And this one, big Fenton custard piece, real heavy. I think this was one that had a sticker on it, so I don't think it's there, but that is Fenton. And this one, another Fenton piece, Fenton custard again, real fancy. The way that they did the ruffled edges, I like that. We just got another little saucer and a little cup, and then there's a candlestick back there. This is a little sherbet dish, and just some little dice that these actually do glow. They're obviously not uranium or anything. They're just kind of novelty things, but they glow under the UV. We've got a whole jar of marbles, and several of these glow under UV. Some of them are uranium, some of them have cadmium or other things in them that make them glow under the UV. Got a little, I think it's a sugar dish. That's depression glass. You can feel the mold lines there. We've got like a cake plate kind of thing here. I can feel the pattern on the back. That one's pretty cool. This is a little Fenton piece that's hand painted. Little birds on it. Hand painted by somebody. We've got that depression glass oil lamp, and with that Fenton top that I got on it there. This one, this was made by I can't remember the name at the moment, but a modern company that makes pieces like this with like old pieces of uranium glass, melts them down and makes new stuff. So this is like slag glass. It's got uranium glass in it along with some other stuff. Obviously it's a cat face, like a Cheshire cat kind of thing. Really neat, you know, patterns and stuff, and it glows nicely once you've got it near the light. It doesn't glow, unfortunately, too well when it's a little bit away from the light, but it's pretty cool. This piece here, this is like silver or silver plated around, you know, a rim around the uranium glass. And this one, let's see. I believe, yeah, that is etched. That's an etched piece. It's pretty neat. And then we've got this bowl here. That one's molded, but it's pretty neat. I've got this little frog here. It glows when you get it closer to the light. It doesn't even look blue anymore. It looks green. You put it back down here and it's kind of blue. Another little sherbet dish here. There's a big marble up inside there. That marble doesn't glow, but just a cool marble. And I really like this piece. This one is made by McKee, And this is definitely elegant glass. This is all etched. There's no molding done to make these patterns. It's etched on the back. You can feel it back there. But really nice piece. It's like a centerpiece that you would put out on the table. Like I was showing earlier, maybe you'd put a flower frog in the middle of it or something. You know, typically meant to be kind of a display piece, but really, really cool. And so I'm going to close the cabinet up here. Oh, and I am going to show you just a couple other little items that I have outside the cabinet at the moment because I was moving things around. So this is a jadeite plate, and this one glows. Some jadeite glows, some jadeite does not glow. But this does. Very cool. And I'll just grab a couple other pieces I was going to show you here. So we have this nice swung glass vase here. Really glows well in here. We have this very big jar, like a cookie jar or something like that. And we have this nice, I believe it's the optic pattern pitcher here. Glows pretty well. So I've got the cabinet closed up now. I added back my little novelty sign here. It's a real sign, but I found it for sale somewhere, and I thought that'd be funny to put that on my cabinet. So there is the cabinet glowing in all of its glory. I hope you like it. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed seeing my cabinet of uranium glass and other glowy elements. And remember, until next time, the world is full of cool stuff. Go out and find some. Thank you.